Well, hey garden friends, it's Destry. Welcome back to my Oregon yard. Today we're going to be doing some winterizing projects here in the garden, and Corey and I are going to start by winterizing the greenhouse for the 2025 season. It's mid-November now, the days are getting colder and shorter, so it's time to protect the greenhouse. This is a process we've done the last few years. I do have a longer, more in-depth video about winterizing our greenhouse, and I will link that in the description below for you. But just to give you a quick synopsis of what we're doing, we cover our greenhouse here in Zone 8B with a clear tarp. We also insulate the greenhouse with these large foam sheets. This seems to work very, very well for keeping all the plants toasty and warm. Now, I also run a small greenhouse-specific heater in the greenhouse. It's connected to a thermostat, and so when it gets below about, I think I have it set at about 50 degrees, that heater will kick on just to make sure that my plants stay frost-free in these cold winter months. Heating my greenhouse has allowed me so much more flexibility. I can keep plants over the winter. I even keep some houseplants in the greenhouse. As long as they don't freeze and they're getting light through this clear tarping, it really keeps everybody happy. Another reason I like to heat and winterize my greenhouse is because I like to hang out in here. I do my seed starting. Sometimes I come out and have a nice cup of coffee in the morning. I can hear the rain on the roof, and it's actually a very kind of serene and special place for me in the cold winter months. Now, the whole process is pretty quick. Corey and I have it dialed in. We basically set up 2 ladders on either side to drape this large tarp over the top, and then we will move the foam panels into place and put them underneath the tarping. Then we strap everything down with some really large kind of rubber straps, and those straps are connected underneath the decking of the greenhouse, which is, I believe, a Trex Dex material.
Hi. Peekaboo.
Spying on me?
Peekaboo. It's like putting on her winter dress.
My next winterization project is going to be cleaning up this potting bench area. It's become kind of a dumping zone. It's time to get it tidy.
Do I keep more of these? I guess I'm keeping some more of these. Look what I found over here on my bench as I'm cleaning up. Not only have I found the mother lode of every single tag, some were ones I made up for my seedlings, down to everything else. And look at this. I got potatoes. Potatoes that are sprouting and rooting. Look at all these baby potatoes. So I'm not sure what I'm doing with these. There's a garlic in here. Yeah, these are all potatoes. So I don't know that I want to grow potatoes again this year, you guys. They just kind of, they haven't really done it for me and my family, and I don't really eat them, I feel like. So I think I might just toss these. I guess I could see if any friends want them, but I think I'm just gonna let them go in the garden. You know, it's just kind of one of those things. I just don't think I want to do it again. I've already done it. I might do some garlic this year, but I think I'm gonna ditch all these potatoes. Putting tools in the shed, throwing away gross pots. It's all part of cleaning up for the season, getting things buttoned up so you don't have to worry about it. I also am trying to be conscious of things blowing around. So things like this in a windy day, they're just gonna blow around. They're gonna blow in around my yard or blow out into the neighbor's yard. So it's just these like tidying up things, putting things together, keeping them kind of organized for next season. I've got all my staking systems here, long poles and different supports. I'm clearing stuff out now so I don't have to worry about it all winter. I am protecting some of my wood surfaces with some matting. And you know, I could go as far as to tarp everything, right, and really protect it. So I definitely think you can leave some things outdoors, but things like metal tools that are gonna rust, I'm gonna make sure that's in the shed. I'm gonna, you know, just make sure the beds look tidy and that my workspaces aren't gonna be just a hot mess in the spring.
Once I stacked up all the pots and removed some of the excess, I get in there with this little broom and dustpan. This thing has become so handy. I use it all the time. It's just a little like dusting broom and it's super handy in the garden. There are so many winterizing projects to do in the garden. Leave me a comment and let me know what are some of the things you need to do in your garden space before the winter season comes. Although projects like this aren't always my favorite, I will be thanking myself come spring.
Right, it's not perfect, but it's looking a little better, especially on the top. So you can see I've got all the pots that I would need to have here, got rid of a lot in this area. Now what I'm gonna do with all these is I'm gonna take them inside. I will probably honestly just rinse them in the kitchen sink, and then I will start pulling them out and seeing what I can toss. If it's not a perennial or something I would want to keep a record of, like something like this. This is something I did a hanging basket of. I probably won't get this one again, so I can let this go. Now I could try to use the back, but ones, I prefer different ones. So like ones like this, where it's maybe just, sometimes it just has the price on it. Sometimes I'll, flip these over and use the other side for my seedlings. So I want to, conserve plastic as much as possible. So that's something I try to do. But some of them do end up in the garbage, unfortunately. Now, another thing I did down here is I put on top of my rolling cart, I put just a tray, right? Just a tray. And I know this sounds weird, but I think I kind of like to collect the rainwater. I can take this rainwater pretty easily. It's got to be a sturdy tray, and I can, grab this, take it in the greenhouse and water a plant with it. It also, of course, helps protect my little stool here. Same with this piece. Now, I don't think this will get as much rainwater, but I just slid that down there just to kind of collect things. You can see my trellises. I mean, I just kind of shove them. At least I've got them all together. I could do a little bit more on the bottom of this rack, but honestly, there's so many spiders down there right now that I don't want to do it. I'm like putting it off. But I did move one big pot out of the way that I had here and moved it over to a different area. This is kind of some plants I'm, dealing with. There's a couple dahlia tubers here. There's one hydrangea here that I'm trying to kind of nurse back to health. And then these are those scented geraniums, which I'm just really not sure what to do with these. I saw you could take like cuttings of these, so I don't know, I might end up overwintering these, but it just seems like they have some sort of spot. I don't know, tell me if I'm wrong here, but they don't look the best. I did think about coming up here and just doing a cutting of them and letting the rest of the plant go. I think you can do that with these, but so it's just something I want to, maybe do, so it's just, they're kind of sitting there for now. But these are all the bulbs that I planted. Another dahlia tuber that I don't love the color of it, so I might end up giving that one away. This dahlia tuber is a little variety. This was a Proven Winners one, so I might just try to overwinter that in the pot. Although this pot is like totally cracking and breaking. It's really old. So part of me also just wants to get that out of there because the pot doesn't have like sentimental value, but it is really old, so it's kind of cool. So yeah, that's where I'm at with this.
Today I still have some stuff to deal with on the side, but I just thought I'd share with you my little organizational system here.
It's like all my tools. So this is my cover that I use to cover all my patio furniture. It's from QVC. I don't know what brand it is, you guys, but I just like that it has like a design on it and it doesn't look like a tarp, you know? It doesn't look like a green or brown tarp. So my plan is I'm just gonna like flip the cushions, kind of stack the chairs and the little table, and then I'm just gonna cover everything.
This particular winterization process is always the hardest for me. You know, turning all these chairs over and putting them away means that my family isn't going to be coming out here in those summer evenings and enjoying our patio space. It always makes me a little sad.
Ah! Oh my gosh. Woo! There's just like pine needles just raining. Oh my gosh. Alright, I'm gonna flip this here. I have this way pushed back. This couch. So I'm just gonna do one of these. Oh my gosh. Now it's time to do this. Freaking pine needles are falling. I'll tell you, I'm ready to say goodbye to that giant pine tree.
This raking broom that I grabbed from QVC is the best thing I have purchased all season, especially for fall tasks like this. Although this task really signals the end of the gardening season for me, it also feels good to get things protected. Now that I know that the snow and the sleet and the rain is coming, it makes me feel good when all my patio furniture is tucked away. I really enjoy this set.
This is a collapsible parent rack, so that's kind of nice. I can just fold that up, put it away. Yard art thing. So my friend Linda made this for me, you guys. Look how cute this is. It says Yardening, let's plant, and it's got the hummingbird. And then the welcome with the coffee, which I love. And then the tree with the bird. And it just says bloom and grow. I absolutely love it. It can go outside, she told me, but I'm keeping it on my patio because I don't want it to get messed up. But I'm gonna move it back.
As I was tackling this project today, I was thinking about some other winterization things that need to happen. So we have 2 fountains in our garden that we will need to drain to make sure that they don't freeze and crack. We also will need to disconnect all of our hoses and put some insulating material around our, hose bib areas. We don't get a ton of snow here in Willamette Valley, Oregon, but we do have usually a few snowy days and some freezing temperatures. So it's important to winterize those water areas of the garden as well.
This really cool plant in it. It's called guacamole. Look at that. Isn't that cool? It's in the mint family. I can tell because it has the square stem. But I'm going to get it off that tall trellis. It was on like a tall thing because it isn't a terracotta pot. And this wind has been so crazy, it's likely to blow over.
I also know that I'll have to move some more of these plants if I want them to survive the winter months, either into the greenhouse, the shed, or the garage. Okay, so now I think I'm ready to cover
store this in the shed for the summer. And it does have a big drawstring, and you can like cinch it. I don't know that I need to go that far, but this will be much easier with 2 people. Best because it's kind of like a tart. It's just big. It's like a big envelope. It's not made for any specific kind of patio furniture or size. Just go over the top of anything. Love it. That's great. Okay, and then I think I can find a corner. I think that's good for now. I might just like do one of these. Go away for this season. This flap.
I have to say, when this day was done, I felt really good about everything I was able to get done in the yard. We winterized the greenhouse, I organized my potting bench, and I was able to button up the back patio for the winter season. So again, leave me a comment. Let me know what you're doing in your garden to prepare for the winter months. I still have a lot more to do, but I felt great about everything I was able to get done on this day. That's going to do it for today's video, guys. I hope that it motivated you to get out there in your garden and get stuff done. If you need me, I'll be doing some gardening. I'll see you next time. Bye.